That morning, the sky was still dark when Emily knelt beside a trembling stranger on the sidewalk. Her exam, the one that would decide her entire future, was starting in 20 minutes. Her phone buzzed with reminders. Her heart pounded with fear. But the man whispered, "Please, don't leave me." And in that moment, Emily made a choice she never expected would change her life. Emily Carter was a quiet 19-year-old girl living with her mother in a small wooden house on the edge of Maplewood. She wasn't rich, but she was determined. For years, she had dreamed of becoming a nurse, someone who could serve, comfort, and heal. Her entrance exam was scheduled for that very morning. The exam that would decide whether she would win the scholarship her family desperately needed. Her mother, Helen, had hugged her before leaving the house. "Emily," she said softly, brushing her daughter's hair back, "you've worked so hard. God will be with you. Just do your best." Emily smiled, grabbed her backpack, and walked toward the bus stop with hope blooming inside her. The world felt calm. Birds were just beginning to stir. She whispered a small prayer under her breath, asking for strength. She didn't know that within the next hour her prayer would be answered in a way she never imagined. Emily was halfway to the bus stop when she noticed a man collapsed near the old bakery on Pine Street. At first, she hesitated. She was alone, and he looked older, maybe in his mid-50s. His clothes were worn, his shoes ripped at the soles, but something inside her, a gentle tug, wouldn't let her walk past. "Sir," she whispered, kneeling beside him, "can you hear me?" The man barely lifted his eyes. I think I'm okay, just dizzy. I haven't eaten. Please, don't leave." Emily bit her lip, panicking. She checked the time on her phone. 18 minutes left. "Okay, it's all right," she said, trying to steady her voice. "I can help. What's your name?" "Daniel," he whispered. She helped him sit against the wall. His hands were shaking from hunger and cold. "I'm going to get you something," she said. "Just wait here." She ran inside the bakery and bought the warmest meal she could with the few dollars she had. A bowl of oatmeal and a small cup of tea. When she returned, she helped Daniel eat slowly, carefully. The minutes kept slipping away. When he finished, she stood quickly. "I wish I could stay longer, but I have an exam." His fingers caught her sleeve. "Please, walk with me to the shelter. It's only 2 blocks. I feel like I might fall again." Emily froze. Her chest tightened. She looked at her phone again, 10 minutes left. If she ran, she might still make it. Maybe. But Daniel's eyes were soft and afraid, like someone who had tasted too many disappointments in life. Emily swallowed hard. "Okay," she said softly. "Lean on me. We'll walk together." They moved, slowly, step by step. Daniel apologized the whole time. "I'm sorry. You must have somewhere important to be." Emily forced a small smile. People are more important. But with every passing second, her scholarship, her dream, her hard work, all slipping through her fingers. By the time they reached the shelter, her phone buzzed again. Exam started. She dropped her head. Daniel looked at her, realization dawning. You missed something, didn't you?" Emily tried to hide the tears rising in her eyes. "It's fine," she whispered. "I'll figure something out." Daniel reached for her hand, squeezing it gently. "I don't have much, but thank you. You didn't leave me alone today." She nodded, gave him a warm smile, and turned toward home, her steps heavier than ever. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. Her mother came into her room quietly. "Honey, the school emailed. They said you didn't show up to the exam." Emily's voice cracked. I know, Mom." Helen sat beside her, stroking her back gently. "What happened?" Emily told her everything: the dizziness, the hunger, the walk to the shelter. When she finished, she wiped her eyes in embarrassment. Her mother kissed her forehead. "Emily, you did the right thing." "But now I can't reapply until next year," Emily whispered. "We don't have money for that, Mom." Helen exhaled, long and tired. "We'll pray, and God will open a door." Emily lay awake long after her mother left, staring at the ceiling. "I don't know if anyone saw what I did," she whispered into the darkness, "but I hope it mattered." And somewhere beyond her window the wind blew softly, almost like a promise. The sun had barely risen when the sound of blades cut through the air. Whoop, 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 whoop. Emily shot up in bed. Her mother rushed into the room. "Emily, there's a helicopter landing in our yard." They ran outside in shock. A sleek, white helicopter gently lowered onto the grass, wind whipping through their hair. The door opened, and a tall man in a suit stepped out. He smiled warmly. "Are you Emily Carter?" Emily's mouth fell open. Yes? I'm here on behalf of Mr. Daniel Reeves." Emily blinked hard. "Daniel? The man I helped yesterday?" The man nodded. "He is the CEO of Reeves Medical Foundation, one of the largest healthcare charities in the state." Emily nearly stumbled backward. "He asked me to deliver a message," the man continued. "He woke up this morning telling the staff, 'Find that girl, the one who stayed with me.'" Her heart raced wildly. The man opened a small leather folder and handed her an envelope. Emily tore it open with trembling fingers. Inside was a letter, written in neat handwriting. "Dear Emily, you helped me when I was dressed like a nobody, weak, hungry, and alone. Yesterday, I was conducting a field operation undercover, evaluating conditions of the homeless in our area. Most people walked by. You didn't. You missed your exam to make sure I stayed safe. I can't give you back the time you lost, but I can open a door to your future. Enclosed is a full scholarship to the Maplewood Nursing Program, plus a monthly stipend. I hope our paths cross again, next time not on a sidewalk. Your friend, Daniel Reeves." Emily covered her mouth, tears streaming down her face. Her mother hugged her tightly. "God heard you, Emily, he really did." But the man in the suit wasn't finished. "Mr. Reeves would like to meet you personally," he said. "He's waiting." Emily stepped toward the helicopter slowly, disbelief still shaking through her. "Me? Right now?" "Yes," the man smiled. "Right now." Emily glanced back at her mother, who nodded with teary eyes. "Go, sweetheart, this is your blessing." With a shaky breath, Emily climbed into the helicopter. As it lifted into the sky, she watched her home grow smaller beneath her, her heart swelling with gratitude. She thought of the moment she knelt beside Daniel, a stranger who had turned out to be someone with the power to change everything. But to Emily, it wasn't about the money or the scholarship. It was about being seen, being valued, being reminded that kindness never goes unnoticed, not by people, not by God. The helicopter touched down on the rooftop of Reeves Medical Center. Daniel, freshly dressed, looking strong and healthy, stood waiting with a warm smile. "Emily," he said as she stepped out, "I'm so glad they found you." She laughed softly, still emotional. "I had no idea who you were." He shook his head. "It shouldn't matter who I am. You helped because you have a good heart. That's the kind of person we need in this world, and in the medical field." Emily felt her throat tighten. Daniel continued, "The scholarship is yours, no conditions, and if you ever want training, internship opportunities, or mentoring, my doors are open." Emily wiped her eyes. Thank you so much." Daniel placed a hand over his heart. "No, Emily, thank you. Yesterday, in my darkest moment, you reminded me why our foundation exists, to care for people others forget. They stood there for a moment, watching the sunrise break over the city. Emily felt something deep inside her, hope, purpose, and quiet strength. She whispered, almost to herself, "It really did matter." Daniel smiled gently. Kindness always matters. And so, the girl who missed her exam found a new path, one shaped by compassion, faith, and a stranger who wasn't a stranger at all. Sometimes, blessings arrive in ways we least expect. Sometimes, the door God opens is far greater than the one we thought we lost. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can change someone's world. Subscribe and share this story if it touched your heart.